mga ka-investor and welcome to InvestaVlog episode 5. In this episode, titignan nga natin ano nga ba yung mga common misconceptions sa mga tao pagdating sa stock market. So, simula tayo sa pinakauna. Masyado na akong matanda para magsimula mag-invest.
So the first misconception is masyado na akong matanda para magsimula mag-invest. And I like to believe na that is a limiting belief. And other people na I've met then say na, it's never really too late. Of course, lagi natin naririnig kasi na it's better when you start young. Tas may mga tables yan, may mga picture kino-compare na if you began at 20 versus if you began at 40, the same amount. Or mas maliit yung amount na nilagay ng 20-year-old versus 40-year-old. Pero pag 70 na sila, mas malaki pa rin kinita ng 20-year-old, diba? But I'm here to tell you na, well, yeah, that's true, diba? If you take into consideration yung compounding effect. But at the end of the day, it's parang I like to, when people ask me that, I always say it's better to start kesa it's better late than never, diba? Of course, it's better to have started younger, but it's much better to start than to never have started at all, diba? The stock market, through any time, through any market cycle, bull market, bear market, lagi yan darating and lagi may opportunities. It doesn't favor yung mas bata, it doesn't favor yung mas matanda. But at the end of the day, limiting belief lang yun, yung I'm too late to begin. Anyone can enter the market. Of course, you have to take into consideration lang yung finances mo, di ba? So kung mas matanda ka na, baka longer time frame titignan mo, or baka dapat mas risk averse ka. You have a less risky na yung approach mo. Hindi ka na masyado nag-intraday, di ba? You focus more on end of day, on bigger picture plays, rather than yung mga magde-day trade ka, tapos ang risky ng mga plays mo. So that's something to take into consideration.
Masyado pa akong bata para mag-invest.
The second misconception people have about the stock market is, eto kabaliktaran naman, I'm too young to start. So, marami kasi, lalo na kung estudyante pa lang, even me, when I was starting out na, nung na-first discover ko yung stock market, syempre nakaka-intimidate siya. Kasi kung sinearch mo sa YouTube or online, parang maririnig mo yung, makikita mo na grabe, nagsisigawan sila or something, and it's talaga something that older people do. But I'm here to say na, especially given yung advantage natin sa technology, it's a fair playing field no matter if you're 18 years old or if you're 40 years old. I know people na who started at 16, at 15, pabata na yun, naging interested sa stock market. Kasi nga, may mga online platforms, andito na si Investagrams to help you guys. Mga brokers, majority dyan, online na, di ba? And of course, nandyan pa rin yung advantage nga, as I mentioned kanina, yung compounding. So, yun yung advantage natin. And advantage, if you start young, is wala ka pa masyadong financial responsibility. And of course, it will depend on your circumstance. But for majority, we don't have mouths to feed, you don't have people to, you don't have kids to bring to school, you don't really have to pay a lot of the bills, right? And that's our advantage. So, and of course, by starting young, you also have a lot of leeway, diba, to make mistakes. Kasi kung mas matanda ka na, of course, like I said kanina, kailangan mas risk averse ka, less risky na yung approach mo. Pero kung bata ka pa, you have a lot of time to make mistakes. So let's say start ka 18 years old. Let's say for the first 3 years, lagi ka lang nagkaka-mistakes, nagkakamali. After 3 years, ilang taon ka na? 18, 19, 21? Napakabata pa rin nun, diba? I started at 18 years old. I made my first investment nung 16, and then nung 18 ako, doon ako nag-all in. And 2 years na sa market, and I can say all of my mistakes, diba? Hindi talaga ako lost dun . It's more of, it's either I win or I learn. So yung advantage, if you start young, is you have a lot of time to learn from your mistakes, diba?
Para sa mayaman lang yan.
The third misconception is, para sa mayaman lang yan. So, isa pa yan lagi natin naririnig na yung stock market. Yan, para sa mga business people na coat and tie yan. Diba? Para lang yan para sa maraming pera. Well, again, I'm here to say na that's not true. Diba? Around the world, any stock market around the world, even dito sa Philippines, you don't need to have millions of pesos as capital para mag-trade or para mag-invest ng capital mo. But you can start as low as there are some brokerages na, di ba, merong, yung kahit maliit lang yung account mo, right? And then may mga programs yan, etc. I'm here to say that you can start for maraming different, di ba, minimum account balances, but you don't need, di ba, millions of pesos. Heck, you don't even need hundreds of thousands of pesos, di ba? Pwede na nga yung mag-ipon ka, tapos say, naka 30K ka, and then pwede mo gawin dyan, para diversified ka. This is how I started it. I started with 30,000 pesos. Ipon ko yun, pati sweldo ko sa internship ko dati. So ginagawa ko, nakaipon na ako 30,000 pesos, nakapag-boss na ako ng account, and then ginagawa ko, I buy 3 stocks lang, tapos tag 10,000 sila. So diversified ako, Tapos na-meet ko yung parang minimum dapat 8K worth of stocks bili mo para sulit yung commission. So I was able to do that. Diba? And then over time, pwede mo mag-grow yun. So you don't need to necessarily start with 1 million pesos or more, diba? So that's a common misconception.
Madali lang kumita sa stock market.
The fourth common misconception is madali lang kumita sa stock market. It's as simple as, diba, buying and holding and forgetting. Diba? And I'm here to say, after 2 years in the market, after meeting so many successful fund managers, traders in the community, in the professional management world, hindi madali kumita. Diba? The picture being sold is, diba, this is your gateway, this is your way to achieve financial freedom, which is 100% true. But it will not be achieved, diba, if you don't put in the work, even a little homework, to know a little technical analysis, to know maybe a little fundamental analysis. So, hindi lang siya simple as, oh, kilala ko to si Jollibee, bibilin ko to, hawaan ko forever. Diba? And, of course, kung ginawa mo yun, 20 pesos pa si Jollibee or 50 pesos solid, diba? But what if you did that with 300 pesos na si Jollibee? How are you sure na magiging 500 pa siya or 600, diba? Naipit na pera mo, lost ka na. Right? And conventional wisdom, ba yun yung turo eh. But I'm here to say na, of course, long-term investing, right? Which will something I'm going to be talking about in the next common misconception. It works in some cases, but not all the time, right? But in this misconception na madali lang kumita sa stock market, right? I'm here to say again na it's not as easy as it sounds, but it can be achieved, yung financial freedom, financial independence, if you do your homework, diba? If you learn more about how the stock market works, if you learn technical analysis, fundamental analysis, kahit yung mga basic, hindi naman need yung sobrang I'm sure maraming traders dito nanonood and marami din mga newbies or mga gusto pa lang pumasok sa market. You don't need to learn all of the Fibonacci, Elliott wave, etc., all those advanced things. Actually, yung kahit simple nga, na alam mo lang yung support and resistance, breakout, moving averages, okay na yun eh. Right? Or kapag longer term ka or weekly time frame nitignan mo, alam mo lang may weekly breakout, diba? Or sa support area. There's a lot of simple ways to make money in the market. But it's not gonna be as easy as just blindly investing.
Average zone mo lang, aangat din yan.
And the final common misconception is, average down mo lang yan, pare, aangat din yan. So, ito naman, sa long-term investing kasi, ito yung turo is, lagay ka ng 5,000, diba, every month. Lagay mo sa company kung saan ka believe ko anong kilala mo. Diba? And wala akong binabash na company or stock. Let's just say, for example, PLDT, right? Nung, I believe, 2015 to 2019, I think 2015, it was at 3,000 pesos. Imagine, if you began investing in PLDT, nung nasa 3,000 siya, ngayon, 2020, the price is at about 1,200. So, almost 50% down ka na. Can you imagine, for 5 years, lagay ka lang na lagay ng pera, diba? Tapos, down ka, negative 50% or 30, 40, 50%. Diba? And it's been 5 years, diba? Medyo long term na yun for me. But of course, who's to say na aangat pa siya eh? Maybe in the next 20 years, mag 5,000 siya. Di ko sinasabi na mag 5,000 na. But the question is, number 1, mangyayari ba yun? And number 2, diba? Number 1, mangyayari ba yun? And number 2, diba? How sure are you na mangyayari yun? And kaya mo ba stomach in yung volatility knowing na down ka na 30%, 40%, 50%? But there must be a better way. But then just simply investing in that way na, kilala ko to, lagay ako pera dito. And then that's why you should always do your homework. And next is yung pagdating naman sa trader's mindset. Diba? Na average, kasi marami yan, say, bumili sa support, tapos nag-breakdown. So, sasabihin niyan ng iba, bili ka lang ulit para yung average price mo bumaba. Para pag umangat siya na onte, pag umangat na onte yung stock, ano ka na? Break even ka na, makalabas ka na kaagad. Hindi kailangan umabot kung saan ka initially bumili. But the thing you're actually doing is, you're throwing good money after bad. So parang you're already in a hole kasi may loss ka na. Tapos parang dig mo pa, mas malalim yung hole. But sure, maybe sometimes gumana siya. Nag-breakdown stock mo, nag-average down ka, umangat siya. Tapos lumipad pa siya, di ka nagbenta, break even, lumipad pa, tapos alaki pa ng position mo, buwaba pa yung average cost mo. Kumita ka pa malaki. But the question is, if you do that consistently over time, do you think that will yield the profitability? Do you think kikita ka dun? Or mas likely mangyayari masunog ka? Kasi imagine if ginawa mo yun kay X or kay CHP, diba? Yun yung common downtrending stock example, or kahit sinong downtrending na stock. Lalo na nung market crash. Diba? Let's say, naipit ka, in one stock, average down ka, average down. Let's use CHP or X for an example. I think si X ba umabot ng 20 pesos, but I'm not sure. Let's say, nag-start ka mag-average down kay X sa 10 pesos, diba? Tapos ngayon, below piso na, centavo stock na lang. Diba? And it's been a good couple of years, right? So, common misconception is averaging down good. For a trader, for my mindset, no. Kasi sabi nga ni Paul Tudor Jones, only losers average losers. And sa mga Market Wizards books, yan yung mga common na sinasabi na mistakes sa mga average traders o yung mga baguhan sa market is lagi siya nag-average down. So for me, average down is a no-no. So yun lang guys. Those are the 5 common misconceptions or a few of the many misconceptions people have about the stock market, and kita-kits tayo sa susunod na episode. Salamat sa pag-video, Tabi. Salamat.
Uy, mo na, pag nahawakan ko na to.
Na-play ko na nga eh.
Ulit.